If you're standing or sitting with slouched shoulders, a rounded back, and poor posture, it makes you look and feel older. With the right targeted exercises, you can gradually realign your posture and your entire body step by step. Join in right now. We'll do the exercise in a way you can follow along, and right after, you'll already notice how you feel younger, better, and your posture is straight. Why do so many people increasingly fall into this posture over the years? By the way, it's not Ina's typical posture. She's just standing like this, so you can see what I mean. But what's the reason for that? It's primarily because the arms are consistently positioned in front of the body. And when the arms are in front, the shoulders naturally tend to move further forward, almost automatically. That causes the back to round and the head to overextend, resulting in that classic rounded back with an overextended neck posture. That's a very, very common posture. It happens because of everyday habits. But the same way it develops, we can undo it by releasing the muscles and fascia that get too tight and overloaded with tension. Lengthen them again and reverse the force that pulls us into a bad posture so that the muscles instead actively help you stand up straight and feel much better overall. Following this exact logic, we'll now begin with the exercises. Start by moving into the corner, and if there's something in the way, you can easily use a door frame instead. There's a door in every room. The exercise itself is performed the same way. Ina, please head towards the corner. And then just follow along exactly as I show with Ina. First, we'll get into position before starting the exercise. And let's pay attention to how the arms are positioned horizontally. Then, from this horizontal position, we move into a 45-degree angle. That's the narrowest angle because we always keep the arms at a 45-degree angle in front. And that's exactly the opposite angle. And this is the most effective one. And you'll immediately notice what I mean. Because effectiveness has to do with you realizing, oh, this is really pulling. Now move your hands until you touch the walls. Then, instead of stepping forward, take one foot and move it slightly backward. You'll notice when your arms are nicely stretched, they need to go a bit higher. Still too low. Very good. That's better now. Here, a bit higher, not there. Then you'll notice, now it's pulling here in the front. Now we start with the exercise. Now please move inward, specifically with the upper end of the sternum further into the corner. Or you can do it in a doorway. In that case, your hands won't be resting, but instead your arms will touch the frame somewhere, depending on the width of the door. But it's not a problem. It works just the same. Yeah, the door frame and corner are identical in that regard. For the stretch, it doesn't make a difference really. And now we wait for a moment because the muscles and fascia need to get longer. And this information first has to sink in. Only after at least 30 seconds, right about now, does the body even start to let go. And that's why you should always do ER for as long as I say, because doing it for less time might have a lesser effect. It's minimal when it could be much better. Just over time, always work your way in a bit more. And now the second thing that's important, you need to pay close attention to how intense this stretching pain is. It has to be more intense than just a little. It needs to be really noticeable, but still just on the edge of being uncomfortable. Just not negative, still positive, still on a tolerable basis. Still a comfortable pain. So, and since we're not only aiming for flexible muscles, but also for strength within that flexibility. Now let's do a bit of strengthening. So you stay standing just like that and push forward with both hands or against the door frame as hard as you possibly can, without letting your upper body move backward. This is absolutely important because we want to add the tension when these muscles and fascia are in their longest position. This is one muscle group. Once you feel the positive change it creates in your body, you'll want to activate these muscles everywhere, not just in the shoulder area where we're training right now. Okay? And then you let go and go a bit deeper. Push against it once more like you're trying to move the wall away. If you're accustomed to working out at the gym for strength training, that's precisely the sensation you need right now. And then relax again and go a little deeper in. And you'll start to notice, after counter-tensing, there's always a bit more to give. Ina, stay at that angle, come out, turn toward the camera, and actively pull your arms back. Don't change the angle because the body naturally wants to go toward the less strenuous position. And now pull without arching your back. Pull, 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 but yes, be careful not to swing too much. Keep it controlled. Rather. Pull, ease up just a bit, correct the angle, pull once more, and then gradually lower back down. And then slowly come out again. Okay, feel it. I bet you can already feel, oh, something has happened there. I feel freer, and maybe you already notice, oh, I'm a bit more upright. And we want to continue with that. Now we're heading towards the wall. Aina, we're going towards the wall. Please raise your arms straight up, fully extended and pointing straight up. Now we're going to do something similar but at a slightly different angle, which also plays a significant role in helping to straighten the back. So you go up against the wall, step back with one foot just a little bit further away now. Keep your arms completely straight and make sure they are parallel, and that's the crucial part. The arms must be fully extended. The most common mistake is bending your arms even a little bit. That's why keep your arms completely straight. And now the same thing again. The top of the sternum moves closer to the wall. You could also say the armpits want to move toward the wall, and then you feel the pull, right? And that's now another angle which really has a lot to do with straightening up your posture as well. And that's what we want, right? We want to get back to a nice upright position. And not with effort, but in a relaxed manner. So first it's about going inward, you know. And then we also do some strength training here. That means you press your hands against the wall as if someone were trying to push them down and forward. Really hard. Push harder. Pretend like you're pushing hard. Very good. And you at home, go ahead and join in, and then you relax and you notice you're getting a bit further in. Make sure to keep your back straight. Focus on overstretching the shoulder muscles, not the lower back. That's where you'd kind of give in a bit. And again, you're pressing really firmly against the wall. Press really firmly against the wall. Then release the tension completely and move a bit further inward. And how should your arms be? Fully extended. But you're doing really well, Ina. You probably are too at home. I can see it clearly. Yes, and again, push against the wall again. Relax. Go a little further in again. And now step away from the wall. Keep your arms up, turn towards the camera and pull. And look like you're pulling really hard, like you're putting in a lot of effort. Don't arch your back. Here as well, try to stay out of an arched back. Just focus on overextending your arms. And a little more, a little more, a little more, and relax. You can feel it's intense, but those muscles and fascia that pull you into that rounded posture, they also need to be trained really intensively, right? Growing longer, yielding gracefully. How do you feel? More upright now, right? After the second one, you feel it. We'll do two more. Look, what's happened here? Do you already notice how you're standing straighter and how it's easier for you to straighten up nicely? Okay, Ina, go to the mat, lie prone, head that way. And you at home, join in right away, please. Exactly. So now take a moment to feel your rib arches. Ina, take a moment to feel your rib arches. Keep the rib arches firmly pressed on the mat. Use your arms to steadily push yourself upward, lifting slightly higher each time. But the rib arches stay down, and that essentially means you overextend less here, compared to here, where the rounding of the hunchback is, and that's where we need this stretch. Now, very important, the head doesn't want to overextend at all. Instead, it needs to stay perfectly straight and aligned. So how do you do that? You pull the chin towards the throat. Oh, can you feel it? It's exhausting, Ina, right? Yes? You pull the chin towards the throat so you don't end up overextending when pushing up, but that way the head stays in place as much as possible. Triple, quadruple chin. Really tight, you can hardly speak. It's a fantastic tension, ensuring you can sit, walk, and stand perfectly straight overall. So, always pull the head back with the chin goes back. The rib cage is still touching. All right, and always push yourself a bit higher. Do you notice how it's changing already? How it's also getting harder. And now you push using your core strength, or even your hip flexor strength. You're pushing downwards. Those are the hands. They would be positioned on a scale, showing more and more weight. Showing more and more weight. Nice push. Ribcage stays in contact. Then you let it go and rise up slightly higher. Pull the chin back. Pull the chin back. It's a tricky control, not so straightforward. Complex, not difficult, but complex in terms of control. And again, you're pushing down with your abdomen, but you're not moving. You're not supposed to move during the strength training and then just relax and come up a little bit higher than before. Come up a bit further. And one more time, Ina. Once again, you press down using your abdominal strength. Focus on engaging your core muscles downward. Relax and come up a bit higher again. Bring your chin back. Keep your abs engaged downward. Very good, very good, very good. Now slowly lower yourself down and lift your arms up as high as you can manage if possible. Lift the fingers, lift the arms, lift them up and pull. And pull, but make sure the rib cage stays on the floor. Yes, the rib cage must stay firmly on the floor. And pull properly, pull once more, and keep this active pulling motion steady. This active stretching, as it's called, helps balance the muscles in the front and back effectively, ensuring the discs are properly and evenly loaded for optimal support. And relax once more. Now please turn over onto your backside. And now comes a special finishing exercise with our back hero, making sure they're not stacked too high and positioned just right for proper support and alignment. Normally, we use it on the sacrum to address back pain, but in this case, we're focusing on thoracic spine pain. Lie down on it, positioning yourself in such a way that you can feel a clear and distinct pull across the front of your chest area. And position your arms, Ina, just like this. Very precisely. Is it placed correctly? Yes, the height looks quite good. No books around? Use a couple instead. Cover with pot holders so they're a bit softer. Or use paperbacks, they give a little more at the edges. And then you lie down on it, and the best part is now you don't have to put in any effort for the practice. You can fully focus on letting go. Just lie there and let gravity take care of everything. And what does gravity do now? Gravity pulls your thoracic spine from the rounded position more and more into a straight one, perhaps even into a slightly overextended posture. And that's, of course, very intense. You can also do it for 2, 3, or even 4 minutes. Just don't push yourself too long the first time because you'll really end up with muscle soreness. And it might be if you stay on it too long, you might not be able to move properly at first, so don't be alarmed. That's because all those small intercostal muscles are then moved into different positions. And they complain afterward. And it then takes a few minutes before everything gets back to normal. But it's definitely a clear and obvious sign of the effort and input you put in to significantly improve your posture. If you notice that you can already straighten up more easily, that you're already upright, that your posture has improved, then keep doing this daily and make sure to join us again next Saturday. Our next topic for the upcoming Saturday is definitely going to be neck pain.